That poor child, she's not happy.
No more were you at the beginning. Very grim you were.
Well, you were pompous.
True.
And distant.
You have married no ordinary man.
To put it simply, gentlemen, paint what you see. Draw what you see.
Your wife is unwilling to make it a success.
She has to get away from their clutches.
Your husband disapproves of pleasure, but you do not.
In my opinion, there's nothing wrong with your wife. The simple love and attention will not cure.
Come on. You don't want to marry Effie.
She means to poison me.
You belong in the asylum. Stop.
I cannot go back. The pains of eternal torment could be no worse than returning with you.
Elizabeth Olsen just make this movie? As you might recall, In Secret came out earlier this year in 2014. Its wide release, it debuted at the film festivals in late 2013. It was supposed to be an awards contender. It was not, but it starred Elizabeth Olsen in a Victorian love triangle between her husband, played by Tom Felton, and his hot friend, played by Oscar Isaac, her hot associate. I guess that's why the bro code didn't apply there. That was based on a famous book. And Effie Gray, which has a very similar scenario, is actually based, though, on a real story, which you really wouldn't get from this trailer, which is, I think, its biggest problem. But first, I want to talk a little bit about the pedigree of this film, which is the one thing that I think it has going for it so far. Because the trailer, to me, doesn't really do it for me, especially when I can see what this movie could be. But it's written by Emma Thompson, first of all, and I think this trailer should really emphasize that more. I don't really believe it does at all, because I really have a lot of faith in Emma Thompson as a writer. She's a fantastic writer. I think her work really excels, and she's pretty much, I think, as well known for her writing as her acting. So she's not just a supporting character here, she's also the screenwriter. And so that would give me a lot more confidence in this when watching the trailer if that was played up more. And then also Dakota Fanning. I'm glad that she has this role, and I'm hoping to see more and more from her, because you might have seen my review of The Last of Robin Hood, where she plays Errol Flynn's mistress, teenage mistress, and I thought she was really good in that film. I think she might finally be coming into her own as an adult actress. She, of course, was a fantastic child actress, but her adolescent years were awkward. Maybe not personally, but they certainly were, I think, professionally and in terms of her acting, her craft. She hasn't really been able to make as much of an impression as, say, her sister. Some would even say Elle Fanning has surpassed her. But Dakota might be making another rally with films like The Last of Robin Hood and, of course, now Effie Gray. Also, the actor playing the protege here that she falls in love with is Tom Sturridge. He's a kind of a tabloid sensation over in the UK. He's the baby daddy. I don't know if they're quite married yet, but he is definitely the baby daddy of Sienna Miller's child. And, of course, Sienna Miller is Jude Law's former flame. But also, I got the chance to see Tom Sturridge on Broadway opposite Alec Baldwin and Ben Foster in Orphans, and he was actually the best of the bunch. He was really, really capable. So I'm hoping that he can move beyond, you know, the tabloid stuff, not so much here in the US, but in the UK, and come into his own as an actor and be recognized for his talent. So you have a lot of good pieces here in terms of, the screenwriter and also the acting. Emma Thompson, of course, is also a wonderful actress. But I don't really like the way they're coming together. Now, this, as I said, is a true story. And it was this Victorian love triangle that was very well known to the public. Why was that? That's because it played out in the courts. Because Effie wanted to leave her husband for his protege because he would not consummate their marriage. And it became a matter of, public knowledge because it had to be testified to and statements made in the court, which to me seems really interesting. Because, of course, divorces play out today in public, but they're not so much, you don't think of that happening in the past. Usually, you think of these as being these Victorian garden love affairs, these torrid love affairs where people run through a garden and, of course, it rains. Because, well, you can't get naked in Victorian England and out in public, you can't have a wet t-shirt contest, as Colin Firth so famously did as Mr. Darcy. So I think that's more how this trailer seems to be playing to me. And maybe they feel that's the fan base for this type of movie, so they want to make sure they get that person. But I would be very excited to see this kind of drama play out in the courtroom, as it really did. So I'm curious to what you think of the trailer. I got a surprising number of requests to review this, and I'm interested as to what's sparking your interest. So please leave down below why you're excited about Effie Gray, or maybe why you want to talk about it because you think it's a mistake. What do you think of the cast? What do you think of Emma Thompson as the writer? Does that instill the same confidence in you as it does in me? And then also, what do you think of the way they're depicting the story of Effie Gray? Do you think they should have gone the courtroom route as it did in real life? Or do you prefer just seeing the romance aspects in the garden? All right, write your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and you can check out some more episodes right now.